Well, thank you very much, Ken Workington. Welcome, everyone, to a weekend at the Big M. And we are joined in the Sulky by the man, the myth, the legend, Daryl Bier. Everything's going pretty great for you. You won a series final. You got a world champion open pacing mare. Must be good to be Daryl Bier right now, huh?
It is. You know, me and my wife laugh, but like Gene Simmons says, it's good to be me right now.
Well, you certainly are on a roll and have some high-powered firepower in your stable. I remember your dad, when I was a kid, racing at Northfield Park and a little bit in Ohio. That was like in the mid-'70s. Did you grow up there in Ohio?
Yeah, I used to go out and visit him on like vacations, summer vacations, and you know, when we had a little bit of time off, we could get away. But he really did well out there in Northfield. He was a leading driver for years.
Here's a couple horses I remember: Hurricane Bay and Hasty Reply. Do you remember them?
Yeah, they were before Ohio, but yeah, everybody remembers them. We're down in Delaware, and they all remember them from back in the day.
And your dad was an excellent horseman, good trainer as well as a driver. He still helps you out with your stable, doesn't he?
Yeah, he does. He's been a great help. He gets them out, and they go what they got to go. And he's been very beneficial to us. As a matter of fact, Rox is his pet. He's worked with Rox the whole time since we got him, and he always said, you know, he's a good horse, and he's proven it.
And that specialty Rox, the Hurt Series champion, who we'll see in action later tonight. Now, Daryl, did you have any other interests than horses? Did you go to college or interested in pursuing any other careers?
No, I didn't. I actually messed up most of my life till I was about 31 per se, and then I got clean and sober, and I met my wife and had a few kids. And it's all been just horses, you know, the whole time. And me and horses seem to click. I don't know much, but I know horses. And after I drive them, I know what they are. And as long as I keep them classified, we've been doing very well.
And Daryl, you're very candid about your past personal problems. Was it a combination of drugs and alcohol? And what gave you the inspiration to change your life and straighten yourself out?
Towards the end, you know, it was just I didn't want to die. And I was headed in that direction. And I still try and get it through to people now that... you know, it's just not worth it. You know, I haven't had a drink or a drug in 14 years, and look at me now. I would have never expected this.
And you've got a great family, and you've got some great owners behind you as well. When did you pick up the owners that are partners with you on Higher and Higher and Specialty Rocks?
Glendale Russo, I actually have to give him credit. He's been with me through the addictions and everything else, and we've broken up and gotten back together, and we've done very well together. But in 2008, Charlie Dumback, who... he enhanced our team tremendously. I met through he was a friend of my father, and the three of us got together and took a shot on some horses, and it worked out unbelievable. I mean, when the three of us seem to own the horses, they're just very successful, like the mare Higher and Higher.
Well, the three of you have latched onto a good one here in Specialty Rocks. Let's roll in the Hurt Series final. We'll pick it up on the backstretch and take us through the race. You ended up dropping in fourth. The pace starts to slow a little in the backstretch as we roll it out from here. What are you thinking, and what's in your mind here?
I was just happy to, you know, not to be stuck three high in the turn, and I found a seat in front of David, and I knew he wanted to follow me. And I just moved Rox over and kind of hung on to him. He just brought me right up there, and as we're going here, I'm absolutely loaded. I knew David would have some go behind me, but I was really worried about Brian and that Sonic Dancer, the horse they bought, because he did really race big. And as we went through this turn, I really wasn't going to chase him at all because I was still worried about who was behind me. And right here, he's just loaded. You know, he's got a lot of go, and Yannick's kind of using me here, which I don't blame him. And as soon as we come off this turn, he just explodes, you know. Once he gets his head in front of a horse, you really don't have to do anything. I don't know why I was hitting him. He had it won. It was probably nerves. You know, when you're going for that kind of money, you don't want to get caught sleeping.
Well, that's for sure. And you come to the top of the stretch here, and it's almost like your horse likes to have that target to chase. It keeps his mind on business and focused on racing.
He's an absolute beast. I don't know how much he can go. And then you see as he clears, he really won't go much more. And, I mean, those are monster miles. He got in for maybe, a 16th of a mile and wins in 51, drawing away in 27. He impresses me. I don't know about anybody else.
Well, I think he impresses just about everybody, and he's going to need to be very impressive tonight because in the 10th race, we've got the matchup of the season so far. The Hurt champion, your horse, Specialty Rocks, on a 6-race win streak against the complex winner, I Trust You, who's won 10 in a row. You draw just inside him. Both of you have good posts. How do you think it shakes out tonight?
I think it's going to be a great race. I'm in a great spot because my horse can leave to that turn pretty good. He gets hung up a little bit, but I was hoping it'd be the final. I didn't want to race the horse. I mean, I'm going to have to come across him. You never want to meet the one to beat, but I think it's going to be interesting. I I don't see racing rocks with a trip or anything. He kind of likes the abuse, and I think we're going to go at it. I just hope, Yannick doesn't get easy, cheap fractions, which it seems to happen sometimes, But I like my chances. I would take my horse over the other horse because I know mine.
And with 4 eliminations, you about have to be first or second every week to guarantee yourself a spot in the final. So there's no taking it easy.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, Roxy's going to race this series, and then he's probably going to catch a break. So he doesn't like to race easy. I've tried racing him easy, and he won't make any money that way. He loves when you pull on that right line.
Well, you've got another mare in tonight. Higher and Higher is the one to beat in the Cape and Cutter. Let's take a look at her in action last week. And you actually raced against the bias. You and one other horse were the only winners on the front end, and she was very game in the stretch for you.
Yeah, I made like five or six excuses for her last week, and meanwhile she won. That's how highly I think of her, but that's not her game. She's like rocks. She likes to target. I drew bad. I got away fourth. It was either come first up the whole way or move her to the front. And it seemed like Brian was waiting on her. But she's better from the back.
Now, I remember she raced in the Breeders' Crown at Pocono as a 3-year-old, and you guys got her after that. Did you buy her privately, or how'd you come up with her?
She showed up on a sale on ongate.com, and I just couldn't believe it. Bulletproof sold 2 that day, and that was the one I wanted. I said... I had a good mare in Dream a while, and we ended up breeding her, and I really wanted another one, and I spoke to Glenn and Charlie, and we were lucky enough to get her, and she's just... I have no idea how good she can be. She's impressed me all year last year, so...
Boy, that's great. You can buy anything online, even a world champion race mare these days. What do you think about the series? There's some pretty good mares. You've got Fred and Ginger. Who else in there scares you a little bit?
Bilmar Scooter, I'll tell you, I raced against her all summer last year at Pocono and Chester, and that mare can go. She's a good mare. She breeds the same mare as my mare. And Mark Harder's mare, I think there was...
Royal Cece?
Royal Cece. There was me, her, and Andrew Vett. And I'll tell you, that mare was ultra impressive the whole year. And she breeds the same mare as my mare, too. I always said my mare was in the top 3 at times. I think Andrew Vett had all our number. And... but at times I think any one of us could beat the other.
Daryl, I've always thought that there's a lot of people that are good trainers and good drivers if they just get the stock and just get the opportunity. You have gotten the opportunity, you've gotten the stock, and you're making the most of it.
Yeah, I think us driver trainers have to, talk to the owners and basically tell them you're better off with good horses than cheap horses. If you're going to take a shot, spend 50 or 60. Don't have two or three 20 claimers, because it costs the same to feed them all. And that's what I do now. Whatever amount of money we can make up, we try to get better horses. And if you upgrade your stock, it doesn't matter who you are. Like higher and higher, I don't think it matters who drove her. She's just a good mare, and you're gonna make good money.
Well, Daryl, congratulations on your success. Best of luck tonight. Thanks for taking a few minutes to join us. It's a great story how you recovered from drugs and alcohol, and you're on top of your game right now. Congratulations.
Yeah, it's a good story, isn't it?
It certainly is. Daryl Bier, ladies and gentlemen, in the Sulky. Quick timeout, and Wendy Ross and I will tee up tonight's series action.